Welcome to Hack a Week. Right in there is a clamp that I need to loosen up. That goes up this J-tube to the rear set of cylinder heads, and then that drops down to the main collector on the stock exhaust underneath. This is where a lot of weight will be shed, right here, I think. And we got some 10mm nuts here on the exhaust flanges up front. I'm going to spray a little bit of this PB Blaster penetrating fluid in there on the flange because there's a lot of rust, just to help it slide off a little easier. Okay, that takes care of that one. It's pretty easy. Studs look good. One more bolt. Ta-da! Wow, that's heavy. There's the whole new exhaust sitting on the old Borg scale, and it's measuring 11 pounds for the complete exhaust system. And the stock exhaust tips the scales at 20 pounds. Wow. So I shed 9 pounds off the bike by putting this on. Got these in the mail today. These are the crush washers, copper, for the exhaust. So they'll push right up in here into the exhaust hole. Hoping I can get them to stay there somehow. Started, and then same thing with the other one. I think I can do this. But not tight. Just to hold it. Okay. Whew. Now we'll get this one in there. Good deal. Now we just got to work on those tubes in the back. And there it is. Woohoo! Start tightening up these studs nice and even. Something like that. That would explain the extra hardware I have. So anyway, that looks pretty good. I think I'll just bolt all this stuff up loose for now and get it all cinched up a little bit, and then we'll come back and make sure it's pushed up far enough on the J-tubes and get those hooked up. Okay, ready to go. Oh, look at that single pipe. That's sweet. That's going to be much louder too, I'm sure. Hear that? It's ringing. There's no sound dampening material in there. Oh man, it's loud as hell. I took it for a quick drive around the neighborhood. I turned around and came right back. I went like 4 or 5 blocks. It's way too freaking loud. What I'm going to do is pull out the baffle. I tried doing that once already and it's really jammed in there. See, I knew there was a reason this was only 300 bucks, but still, it's a good muffler and it can just be fixed with a little bit of work, so no problem. But I'm going to pull that out, wrap it with some fiberglass, matte probably, and then put a Super Trap disc type muffler on the end of here. That's one of those ones with the little discs all the way around the outside and the end is capped off, so it has to flow out through the discs. It breaks up the sound waves, and it can also be used to tune the bike, because as you restrict the flow you create more back pressure and then you richen the mixture effectively and you bring up the mid-range. You lose some of the top end power band though, whereas if you leave all of those discs in, it comes with 12, and let it flow as freely as it can, That's going to lean out things, but it'll have a better top end at the, better power band. It'll carry further into the higher revs. I'm just going to go for some restriction, keep it quiet, and have a good mid-range, because that's mostly what I'm going to be driving around town is that. So, let's see. I got to get that baffle out of there. That's the first little challenge, and then I should have my Super Trap muffler here in a while. Wednesday, Thursday. It's today, Monday. I wanted to start this up so you could hear it. It's loud. That's too freaking loud. With the help of a 2 1/4 inch pipe and a 4-pound sledgehammer at work, I managed to get the baffle out today. There's the input side, there's the output side. All it does is let the exhaust gases come out here, circulate around everything in that chamber, and then it goes out here, out here. Then I'm going to grind this clean and weld on a Super Trap muffler. Yep, a disc type muffler. This is for I think 1 3/4 pipe, 1 1/4, I forget. Doesn't matter because I'm going to cut it off right about there somewhere, and then take that, slide it over there, weld it on. It'll sit proud about that much out the tip of the pipe. Wow. Yes. This is where I get to look all trendy with the times. This wouldn't be a motorcycle video if you didn't have grinding going on, right? Maybe I can try it in slow motion like they do on those hipster bike videos. Ready? Here we go. We're gonna go for a slow motion spark grind. It's a bit tricky stuffing this in there. Gotta get all that fiberglass out of the way. I think I got it. Got a nut on the other side of it. And we're ready to put it back on the bike. See what it sounds like. Definitely a lot more tolerable. I think it's time to take it out for a little test drive. So that first test drive this morning on the way to work was pretty disastrous. I got to work and the thing was like it was clogged up, and it was. All of that fiberglass, I should have thought it was not a type with a straight through pipe. It actually goes into a chamber and flows in and out. So of course the fiberglass tore up and then got caught in the end of the muffler and plugged it up. Embarrassing moment, but I made it to work okay. Didn't damage the bike any. Pulled all that crap out of there and just chucked it, and then drove it home with like 9 discs, and it was a lot better. But anyway, did a little math here, ran some numbers. Let's take a look. All right, here are some numbers to chew on. The stock exhaust outlets, each one of those outlets was 26 millimeters in diameter, which has a total area of 530 square millimeters. Okay, so times 2, because there were 2 pipes, that's 1060 square millimeters total outlet area on those. Okay, so just that number is our just comparative number, right? So each disc on this Super Trap has an open area that can allow exhaust out of 281 square millimeters. I figured it out. It was just, some simple measurements and math. Anyway, so if you stack up 4 discs, that comes to 1,124 square millimeters. That's an increase of 6% over stock. And that'd be just an okay starting point, but I'm going to go 1 extra disc, and that'll be about 25% over this and 30% over stock. And that would be with 5 discs stacked up in there, and that's what I have in there now. So I'm going to drive that for a little bit and see how that feels. The wide open thing was definitely too lean. Got home and the bike was really hot. I could just tell it was running weird, so that was too much. Got to reel it back, choke it back a little bit more, unless I want to get in and rejet the carbs. I don't want to do that for this summer. I can wait. Not bad. So, not too bad. Runs pretty well. It's got a resonance about 5,000 RPMs, maybe one at about 9. I'm going to drive it for a while, set up like this, and then what I'll do is pull the discs out, and the discs will tell you about your air-fuel mixture a lot the same way as the tailpipe or the spark plugs. If it's really black looking on the interior of the discs, then you're running pretty rich, which means you're choked off a little too much. And if they're just really white or no color, you're way too lean. Should have just a little bit of a tannish brown color going on there. Nice, even, stoichiometric mixture. But anyway, it runs really well. I like it. It's not too loud. It's, going to be loud because it's more flow. So more flow, more sound coming out. It's going to be louder. That's just how it is. When I was out on that test drive just now, I actually met 3 state trooper cops on motorcycles. They gave me the motorcycle wave, so that was cool, and I'm really glad that it was near an intersection where I had slowed down a little. But yeah, that was fun. So anyway, I guess that about wraps it up. Next thing on this baby will be some rear set controls sometime down the line. Got to get on that CB750 next. Still waiting on the rod bolts from Partzilla. They're back ordered. They're supposed to be here within this next week, they said. So I'm going to give them that much time. If that doesn't work, I'll cancel that order and find them somewhere, but got to get going on that again. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I got to get a haircut now. If you want to donate to that, go to the website, click on the donate link. See you around. Till next time. There's the blooper.